believed what I told them, took it home, and they found that everything that I had told them about the egg was true. So they started bragging about it to their guests when they came, which immediately brought us some new people to come and visit our little store. So that's how it all started. I sold them one at a time. Each person that bought one seemed to have told a number of their friends and guests that they had to dinner. That's how the legend of the Big Green Egg began.
When you brought over that first cargo container, because basically you had to bring it over in a cargo container, I mean, and that's expensive. Even back then it was very expensive. You really took a risk. You really typified what makes America great, and you really took the entrepreneurial leap. You brought this thing in hoping that this crazy, silly-looking thing would catch on. Did you ever, in your wildest dreams, 35 years ago, by yourself, cooking eggs, you must have felt like a Maytag repairman out there. You know, here's Uncle Ed out there cooking some wings out there. Hey, come on over, try this. Did you ever think it would be from one little store to thousands of retailers in dozens of countries around the world? Did you ever imagine that?
No. I brought them over in the hopes that this would be successful. I was about 40 years old at the time, and I had previously been an aerospace engineer, had been laid off in the recession of the 70s, and was looking for a way to survive. So I brought this thing in and thought that perhaps I could sell a few now and then, and
put a little chicken on the table.
Yes.
So the egg really is rocket science. But really, describe the first egg, what it looked like. I mean, because it's really gotten extremely better.
Well, the egg, and it wasn't called an egg at the time. These were being made in Japan. It's called a kamado. Brought it in, and of course the cooking results were incredibly good, because the art of cooking in ceramics goes back all those centuries. So the cooking quality was good, but it lacked certain other things that were necessary in order to make it a commercial success. They were made out of a clay material, and this clay material would become brittle in time and wouldn't withstand high temperatures, and if you tried to move it, it would break. So the concept was good, but it needed improvements. And after selling a number of these and seeing the reception, I tried to figure out a way where we could make this better and make it more practical for American barbecuers to use. So we were fortunate enough to be living in an era where the space technology was being adapted and created. And we happened to find a manufacturer that was using a newer type ceramic. We tested the ceramic. We found that the cooking qualities were similar to the clay that we had used, but it was far more durable. So now we had an egg that would withstand heavy-duty American usage, still produce the great results that people were enamored with.
And my friends, enamored is really a humble word for what the egg has become. It has influenced so many people. It has gone from its humble beginnings of clay, of multicolors. I heard someone tell me they had a red egg, an orange egg. They had I think Bobby said he had a chartreuse egg. Well, it wasn't an egg, that had Kamado. But then you evolved it into the egg. It's seen a few revolutions, but now it is the Big Green Egg. It's got the dimples. It's got the finest ceramic. It's got the finest things. And I know you've got your own R&D guy in John Creel up there, and he's always looking. And the great thing about the egg is it learns to adapt. What you have done, Ed, is you have created a group around you that they will do nothing that they haven't tested, retested, triple tested, quadruple tested, and made absolutely sure before it ever has anything to do with the egg. So that by the time it makes the egg and makes the retail center, by the way, the retail center, if you haven't been here recently, my friends, is amazing. There is so many things here. It's like a candy store for egg junkies. Even if you aren't an egg junkie, come in here and become one. Because you'll see all these things and say, I got to cook on whatever it is that has all these neat things. But you really have developed a culture. And you now have Eggtoberfests all over the country. You have one coming up in October. You have really developed from its most humble beginnings to this amazing family that has become the Egghead family.
Well, to those of you listeners who are not quite familiar with what an Eggtoberfest is, this is an event that we do annually here in Atlanta, which invites eggheads, which we now call our aficionados, to come here to Atlanta. They come here from all over the United States. They come here from Europe to get together with other eggheads. And last year was our 12th year.
Huge.
We had 1,500 people who were at the occasion. We had to turn around over 500 that also wanted to come, but we had a limited space. But these people gathered together and cook on their eggs and share their food with other eggheads, and it has become so successful that there are now similar type egg fests throughout the United States. And there are actually 22 other egg fests in various parts of the United States where the same thing happens. So that's been a very successful event, and at least once a year it gives eggheads an opportunity to meet other eggheads, to sample the new ideas and cooking techniques that are used, and so it has evolved into something much bigger than what we started with there.
Well, my friends,